Assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome back to today's Bitcoin update for Friday. Last Friday, I hope you guys have a good one. Right now there are some few things that I want to talk about regarding Bitcoin, and of course, number one is a quick recap. We went up like this, right? Made that rising wedge over there. We came down to the technical target. We pretty much met the target. We actually had a little bit of a bounce to the upside. Now, when this bounce happened, unfortunately, we had this bear flag resistance down there that you broke down to. You went back for the retest, and this is known as a concept of going back to the supply zone to just get rejected. Okay, so that is a supply zone. You got rejected at the supply zone. You got rejected at the supply zone here as well. So 2 times you got rejected in the same place, and now you actually fall into the downside. On a 4-hour time frame yesterday, I did upload about the bear flag, and this bear flag technical target does take you down to $17,922. Now I do have the fib. Today we're going to talk about the fib and the RSI. So the bottom here, and I took the top here, and I placed the trend based fib time. Okay, so there is a date showing on, and that is going to be 20 of September. And as far as I told you on the Discord, the link is in the description of this video, that 21 of September is going to be an important date for Bitcoin as well. Because now, don't get me wrong, we can actually even pump the market on 21st of September. Anything goes. But to me, number one, September was never good to begin with. Okay, September was never good, and by 21 of September, you never know if the market actually continues crashes, because that the news coming in on 21 September is not actually a good news. Do you get my point here? That news is about the interest hike from the Fed, and it can actually make the cryptocurrency go down, because the interest rates are expected to increase by 0.75%, and I talked about this one in detail yesterday. So when interest rates are going to increase, that's not good for Bitcoin. It's not good for crypto in general. It's not even good for the real estate as well. So we want deflation for Bitcoin to go up, not inflation. So inflation is going to increase. The Bitcoin is definitely going to be crashing down somehow. If it does pump, I don't know if this might be a fake pump and then a drop to the downside. Who knows? Okay. So that's out of the way. This trend fib base time is out the way. I'm just going to leave that arrow right here, because I want to see what happens on 21 September. Now, 21 September, understand that on your calendar, that's going to be Wednesday. Okay, so it's Wednesday next week. So we're very, very close right now. We have some few more days to go for Wednesday, like 5-6 more days. We're going to see what happens. Now, in yesterday's second part update of Bitcoin, I said that we're coming down $17,800. It is on a technical target to go there. Number one, we need to go up above 20,652 and close above 20,652 to invalidate the downtrend. Okay, now that hasn't happened. If it happens, we're going to talk about the flip side, but it hasn't happened. So the likely scenario is to the downside, especially considering that today's Friday and tomorrow is going to be Saturday, and weekends are not good again. So this is a perfect recipe for them to drop Bitcoin on the weekends, right? So do expect on the weekend Bitcoin to come down 17,800. And one more thing on the RSI I want to talk about is that Bitcoin is supposed to move down. There's a technical target of the RSI that Bitcoin has not really met. And previously I talked about this ascending broadening wedge. Okay, so that was your ascending broadening wedge right there. And when you did that, when you had this support of the ascending broadening wedge, you broke to the downside. You went up like this, but its technical target is actually down to it's 21.22 level. Okay, so somehow this RSI has to be oversold down to 21.22 for this technical target of the ascending broadening wedge to be met, because when you break out of the ascending broadening wedge, you go back to where you formed that wedge, which you haven't really done just yet. So I do expect the RSI, based on the RSI information, you must be coming down to at least 21.22 to this technical target. So somehow you are going to be dropping down. But how far are you going to drop down? Okay, how far are you going to drop down? Let's remove all the drawings of the moment, and let's take the fib retracements. Okay, so from the bottom here to the top right there, I'm just placing the fib right now. And when you look at this fib, then you do have the 0.618 being lost at the moment. Okay, so that's the golden ratio, and put a tick here and you could probably be looking for Bitcoin to head down to 1.618, which is the $14,000 level. So you if Bitcoin gets oversold on the RSI, we might be looking at the oversold level to come down to 14,000 as well. Could be this month, could be next month, you never know. Could be a little bit of a crash to the downside as well, you never know. But the fact that you're closing below 0.618 is not a good sign. Now it's Friday, a few more days actually left to close the weekly time frame, and if you look at the weekly time frame, there's this level of support that you're about to lose in the next 2 days, 17 hours. When Bitcoin does decide to come down $17,700, then you're just a few inches away to take down that last wick. Okay, and as a matter of fact, this double bottom scenario that I thought is going to play out, this bottom being here, the bottom being there, is going to be invalidated, right? So you're coming down 17,800 as a technical target of your bear flag, and you're just very close to take out that last wick. Maybe the Fed news comes out, come down like this. Next week, go a little bit back up to back test 20,000. By Wednesday, the news come, retest, fail, and kiss of death, and then you go down to $14,000. That's pretty much it for this update on Bitcoin. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Allah Hafiz.